Welcome to the Eczema Warrior podcast. I'm your host, Julia Chen. I'm here to help you heal your eczema naturally so you can finally live your best damn life. Many years ago in my own eczema healing journey, I was stuck and confused on how to heal my skin. Fast forward to today, after many lessons learned and lots of trial and error, I am now living my best life and traveling the world with clearer skin. If you're an eczema or TSW warrior who desires a life of food freedom and is wanting to heal your skin without steroids while using mindset and manifestation as a tool, you're in the right place. Now let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome to episode 71. Today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you are chronically fatigued. Fatigue is a common symptom that I know a lot of you experience. It's something I struggle with for a big part of my life, actually, and I didn't realize what the root cause was until I dived deeper into what was actually going on with my body. So a lot of you who are listening who have eczema, who have inflammation, fatigue is definitely very common when it comes to eczema warriors because we know that sleep is a huge issue. And so in today's episode, we're actually going to be diving a little bit deeper into 5 reasons why you're fatigued beyond just a lack of sleep. Because if you're someone who actually sleeps 7 to 9 hours a night, like a healthy amount of sleep every night, but you're waking up fatigued, this is going to be the episode for you. Okay, I'm going to do a quick little life update because at the time of this episode being released, I'm actually in Hawaii. I haven't been to Hawaii since I was, 10 years old. So I actually know nothing about Hawaii. I just know it's freaking beautiful. I have a couple friends that actually live here that I met traveling. And I know a lot of my clients from the States also talk about how amazing Hawaii is. So I'm excited to share my trip here in Honolulu. I'm here for actually my best friend's bachelorette. And when the episode is being released, it's basically the end of our trip. I would imagine it's going to be a wild one, but I will share with you guys exactly what we did over the past few days in Honolulu in the next episode. So that is exciting. I mean, when I'm recording this episode, I'm not there yet. But when it's released, I will be there. So you'll probably see me posting on Instagram stories. And honestly, besides my Hawaii trip, I've just been in hermit mode here in Canada. Whenever I'm back home in Canada, I'm just like, I feel like I'm always in the grind, but it's not just like work grind when it comes to like creating content, recording these episodes. It's like the daily things and the events that kind of happen throughout the week. For example, I'm selling my car because I'm moving out of Canada for good. I spent the whole week trying to figure that out. And then because I left for the whole year, my car actually kind of broke down because it just sat there for the whole year. I had to get my battery replaced. I had to do a full service. I had to go back and forth to the mechanics. So it's kind of just like behind the scenes of my life back in Canada. And then, of course, I have Taco now. So I'm taking care of Taco. It's just back to the day-to-day things, isn't it? I didn't realize how fortunate. I mean, I'm very grateful to be able to travel over the past year, but I didn't realize how different my lifestyle would be here versus when I was traveling in Asia and Latin America. I think I got used to like the convenience of things in Latin America. For example, like all the cafes are so close to each other. So it's easy for me just to like wake up, go to work and get a lot done. You know, food is so cheap in those countries, so I never have to worry about preparing my own meals because I can just order out and there's always healthy options. So that saves a lot of time, right? Versus in Canada, I'm spending a lot of time making food, groceries, and it's all great. You know, I like cooking my own food, but it does take up a lot of time. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Like meal prepping takes a good chunk of your day. So coming back to Canada, I definitely noticed a difference with like timing. I feel like I'm so much to do during the day and then it's like, oh, it's 11 p.m. at night. I still haven't finished work. So anyways, I'm just like adjusting to all of this. Okay, so let's jump into today's episode. So 5 reasons why you're chronically fatigued. Number 1, I think a lot of you probably know what this one would be, is you're not getting enough sleep. That's very common, right? Especially if you're someone who is an eczema warrior and you're going through TSW, you know how sleep can be a huge, huge, huge problem. Not only are you itching before going to bed, but a lot of people actually experience flares in the evening. It's very common, and there's different reasons when it comes to that. It's the stress around going to bed. A lot of eczema warriors going to bed is actually very triggering and anxiety inducing because that is the time when a lot of people start to itch, when your cortisol levels are higher. And so that can definitely disrupt your sleep because you're anxious about going to sleep. And then when you do try to fall asleep, you end up waking up from itching and that keeps you up all night. So, of course, when you're up all night, you are not going to have good energy levels the next day. So, that's one common cause of fatigue is you're just not getting enough sleep. And then for those of you who don't have eczema, who don't have skin issues, sleep in general is just a lot of people struggle with getting that good REM sleep. Falling asleep and staying asleep is troublesome for people in general. And a lot of it is due to stress and due to overthinking. Addressing what is the cause of you not being able to fall asleep and staying asleep is really key here. So that's number one. Number two is your adrenals are overworked. So your adrenals are organs that sit on top of your kidneys. What they do is they help to regulate hormones. It regulates cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And so when your adrenals are overworked due to stress, chronic stress, and then even eventually burnout, then your adrenals are really going to struggle with responding to stress. And your cortisol levels are going to be consistently elevated, especially with chronic stress. And then when that happens, then your body is going to find it very hard to maintain energy levels. This is very common in my clients who have overworked adrenals. One of the symptoms is chronic fatigue. So even though they're sleeping 7 hours, 8, 9, 10, even 10 hours, they wake up just feeling so lethargic and tired. But then at nighttime, they seem to be tired and wired. It's a symptom of adrenal fatigue when you're tired and wired. You're tired in the daytime, you're crashing a lot, you need to take naps, and then in the evening, you're feeling a burst of energy. So that's often the sign of your adrenals being overworked and causing this chronic fatigue. Number three, reason why you're chronically fatigued is you have nutrient deficiencies. Some of the most common nutrient deficiencies that can cause fatigue, for example, iron. Iron is crucial for the production of hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood. A lot of women are actually iron deficient, and so that can lead to something called anemia, which is when you experience extreme fatigue and weakness and can actually be very dangerous if your levels are very low. Some people even have to get blood transfusions when they are too iron deficient. So definitely get your iron checked, especially if you are a woman. You want to make sure you have optimal levels. And doing an iron panel is really key to identifying if you have any deficiencies. Other nutrients that can cause fatigue include vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential for energy levels. I talk about it in different episodes on how deficiencies can also cause eczema, but vitamin D in general is such an important nutrient to help with sustaining energy levels and important for immune function. So getting your vitamin D levels checked is also really important, especially if you live somewhere where you don't get a lot of sunshine. B vitamins and magnesium are also the other nutrients that are important for energy production. If you have deficiencies in either of these, then that could also lead to decreased energy and increased fatigue. Okay, the fourth reason why you're chronically fatigued is you have some kind of gut dysbiosis or gut dysfunction. So the term gut dysbiosis is basically when you have an imbalance of beneficial and harmful bacteria in the gut, where you have an overgrowth of more of the bad bacteria. And so when you have gut dysbiosis, you can experience all kinds of symptoms from digestive symptoms to skin issues to hormonal imbalance to general inflammation, but nutrient absorption also becomes impacted as well. For example, if you can't break down your food, the foods that you eat, then your body can't use those nutrients from food for healing. And so if you have gut issues and you have impaired digestion and absorption, then that's going to impact your energy levels. You can see how all four of these reasons so far are all related to each other, right? If you're not getting enough sleep, that's going to impact your adrenals. If your adrenals are overworked and you're stressed, that's going to affect sleep. If your adrenals are overworked, you're also going to lead to nutrient deficiencies because when you're stressed, your body depletes nutrients. If you're nutrient deficient, that's going to affect your gut health. And if your gut health is compromised, that's also going to affect everything else. Everything is related in your body. And so it's important to address what the underlying root cause is so you can figure out how to heal from these issues. The fifth reason, which I feel like not a lot of people talk about, is the medical condition that you're actually going through. So if you're someone who is fighting eczema and you're going through TSW, that itself is very, very, very challenging on the body. Your body is working very hard over time in the efforts to manage this inflammation that it's experiencing. And when your body is trying to manage this inflammation and it's fighting it, it's using up a lot of energy. And it's really draining the resources in your body to do its best to keep the inflammation under control. When it's trying to focus on that, then it's going to take away from other parts of your body that needs support, right? Energy levels start to decrease, your digestion starts to slow down, sleep starts to get impacted, right? Because your body is focusing on this inflammation and it's really wanting it to be under control, which is why it's really important when your body is fighting something to get enough rest as possible. Even if you can't sleep at night, just getting rest throughout the day, taking naps throughout the day is really healing and helps to replenish your body, the energy that gets lost from dealing with your symptoms. And if you need more support when it comes to healing your body naturally, I have so many different episodes in the podcast that talks about how to improve sleep, how to heal your gut, how to add more nutrients into your diet, and all the different topics when it comes to inflammation, eczema, TSUB mindset. So definitely subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already so you can check out these episodes. And I have more episodes every week where I share more tips as well. And if you're looking more hands-on support and coaching from me, I help my clients with healing their bodies inside out through nutrition, supplementation, mindset, manifestation, finding the root cause inside my practice. I do group coaching, I do one-on-one coaching, and then there's also some smaller offers if you're someone who doesn't want to commit to full coaching. If you want to work with me, I would love to support you on your journey. You can apply to my programs in the show notes below, or you can reach out to me by email at hello@juliachen.ca if you want to talk about other options. And that's all I have for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some insight as to things that you want to work on moving forward. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I will catch you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Now, before I let you go, I want to let you know I have this amazing eczema visualization. This visualization has helped me so much when it comes to manifesting eczema healing flares faster than I could ever imagine, reducing the itch, and just feeling great in my body. This is the exact same visualization I use for my own healing as well as my clients' healing as well. And if you want to receive this visualization, then all you have to do is leave us a review and tell us what you think about the podcast, screenshot it, send it to your email at hello@juliachen.ca, and you will receive the visualization to your inbox. I look forward to seeing your review, and we will see you in the next episode.